The numbers keep confusing. Some say there are 6 million people, others 4, 2. People are not certain about the denominator of million lives to be left out. They are not sure about what is happening, what will happen. But things are changing in Assam.
पार्टीशन तो एक बिटर ट्रूथ है। उसके जो ऑनसेट में और उसके बाद जो वाक़यात हुआ हिंदुस्तान में, यहाँ के जो रिलीजियस माइनॉरिटीज़ ग्रुप्स के ऊपर, यहाँ के जो रिलीजियस ग्रुप्स के ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा ज़्यादती हुई। ये तो वो भी हिस्ट्री का हिस्सा है कि बंगाली कम्युनिटी को लेकर हिंदुस्तान में पार्टीशन के बाद जो कुछ हुआ वो भी हमारे सामने कुल्लम कुल्ला वाज़ेह है। मैं समझता हूँ आखिर में जो एनआरसी का जो वाक़या है वो भी एक षड्यंत्र के तहत, एक साजिश के तहत रचा रहा है।
The violence and polarization triggered by the partition carried on for decades. But for the people of the Bengali community, the partition is not yet over.
From the days of since independence, in the year 1950, Assam government passed one act which was duly endorsed by Parliament, and expulsion of infiltration from Assam. This act was passed, and under this act, few lakhs people, approximately more than 3.5 lakhs people, they were expelled from the Indian territory during 50s and early 60s. Then in 1962, again another act was passed, PIP scheme. Under another Chief Minister, Bimla Prasad Chalia, and under PIP scheme also, more than 4 to 5 lakhs people were expelled. So this question of once upon a time it was Pakistani infiltrator, then today it is Bangladeshi infiltration. This question is occupying the mind of the people of this region. It is right from the days of independence. So it arises only for the point of view of that is apprehension of the majority people that one day the Muslim will be majority in this part of the country, that is in this state, Assam.
There have been many histories about migration in Assam. Ever since British came to Assam, they needed labourers and servants. The Bengali community, who had an inherent talent in farming, fed these regions. Once the partition came into action, a simple thought or perception started to disturb others. A mindset of Bengalis belong to Bangladesh started to grow among the indigenous people.
असम एजिटेशन के नाम पे जो मुसलमानों के ऊपर जो ज़्यादती या नाइंसाफ़ी हुई आसामी गवर्नमेंट की जानिब से और हिंदुस्तानी हुकूमत की जानिब से, वो भी हमारे सामने इस संदर्भ में आना चाहिए। मिसाल के तौर पर नीली मसाकर है। नीली मसाकर में हम सब जानते हैं विद इन ए शॉर्ट स्पैन ऑफ 6 hours more than 2,000 people, 2,191 people officially they were killed. Or unofficially more than 10,000, more than 10,000. आफ्टरवर्ड जो तिवारी रिपोर्ट है उसको लेकर जो 600 पेजेस जो रिपोर्ट है वो भी गवर्नमेंट के सामने, जो विधानसभा में जो आना चाहिए था, जो यहाँ के जो जनसामान के सामने आना चाहिए था, वो भी नहीं आ पाए। कौन सी रुकावट है? ये जो इतना जो कुल्लम कुल्ला जो ज़ियादती हुई मुसलमानों के लेकर और मुसलमानों के ऊपर, उसको लेकर कौन सी रुकावट है जो अभी तक why it's not put on table?
After the Assam Accord was signed, almost all the communities came together and they have accepted 25th March 1971 as the cutoff year for determination of foreigners. And after long deliberations and movement and setting aside the IMDT Act, when a PIL was filed in the Supreme Court, and as per the PIL, under the observation of the Supreme Court, NRC, the National Register of Citizens, started to be formulated or updated in India, in Assam alone. And it is really something strange that this is quite a very different kind of exercise that has been going on in Assam, which many in India has never heard of. Almost each and every citizen of this state has now to apply for the citizenship, has now to prove their citizenship. And Muslims have also participated in this process.
There are approximately 6 million Bengalis in Assam. More than 60% of them are below poverty line, with a literacy rate of 20%, out of which less than 5% are educated. In this 6 million, about 3 million are settled on the banks of Brahmaputra, which floods annually, washing off lives, houses, and all their belongings.
Their lands have been eroded by the flood. There is no flood policy in Assam. Particularly Muslims are poor and they live within or side by the riverine area. During the floods, their lands are eroded and they become homeless. They come to town and cities for the purpose of their livelihood. Their customs are different. They cannot behave with town people, with city people. They are termed as foreigners. In that manner, their police pick up them, file cases. Many times they are pushed back without any verification. So some persons have gone to Dibrugarh from Dhubri. That is nearly 600 kilometers from Dhubri. They have no job. There is no industry in Dhubri. In Gwalpara district, Lower Assam, where Muslims predominantly reside, they go to Dibrugarh, Tinsukia district for the purpose of seeking job, and at that place they are termed as foreigner. Foreigners cases are there. Formerly, we got the order to transfer those cases from Dibrugarh to Dhubri, but now it is denied. You go to Dibrugarh, and if they go to Dibrugarh, anti-social elements assume they misbehave with them. So persons do not dare to go there. They are declared as foreigners consequently.
Bimala Khatun is a declared foreigner who is undergoing indefinite detention. Among her 4 children, 3 are raised in the mainlands, uncertain about their identity. The youngest one is raised inside the detention camp in Tezpur jail, although there is no difference or definite guidelines between the detention camp and the jail. Her husband died after hearing the news. And to add to their miseries, their house and properties were washed away in the recent flood. The story of Bimala is one among thousands. For the record, she had her documents to prove her citizenship.
There were 4 foreigners tribunal. After the IMDT Act came into, IMDT Act came in 1983. From 1985, IMDT tribunal started. So the tribunal started taking these cases, and there were tribunals all across Assam. And then the IMDT Act was scrapped by the Honorable Supreme Court. The current Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal went to the Honorable Supreme Court and challenged that act, saying that the burden of proof is on the state. Secondly, the act is only for the state of Assam, so it should be scrapped. The Foreigners Act, the Colonial Act, the 1946 Act, which should come to, which should be implemented. So the Honorable Supreme Court agreed with him, and they scrapped the IMDT Act, and now the Foreigners Act is being implemented, where the burden of proof is on the accused, and then the IMDT tribunal also was done away with. Foreigners Tribunal came. It was initially made to 36. 2015 it became 100. Currently there are 100 foreigners tribunal. So there are cases coming from border police. From 1997, Election Commission started scrutinizing voter list, and when they came across these so-called suspected citizens, they marked people as de-voter. and those cases are also sent to the electoral registration officer, the district ERO. ERO sent it to the SP border. SP border sent it to the foreigners tribunal. So in foreigners tribunal, the process is same. Now, this election commission, when they mark people as doubtful voter, they are supposed to conduct a basic investigation. Free and fair investigation is a part of fundamental rights. In the Ketana of Judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court, the High Court have also mentioned it. But in reality, the ground reality is that this is the crux of the matter. There is no investigation whatsoever. People are being declared as foreigner, are being accused of being an illegal, doubtful voter without any investigation whatsoever. Border police accuse people of being illegal immigrant without investigation whatsoever. They just randomly pick up people. Rights that we have asked for documents, we could not provide documents, so this person should be referred to the foreigners tribunal. So this is the problem. Investigation agencies, border police, and the election commission. So that is where the problem lies.
There has been many complaints about the Foreigners Tribunal. Many claim that they're forced to declare Bengalis foreigners by the state government.
2005 में वोट दिया है और 8 में दिया है, 11 में दिया है, 2017 में डी आया है डायरेक्ट नहीं हमारा नाम पर डी आया है और हमारा वाइफ पे भी 2005 में वोट उठाया नाम तो उसका 2009 पे डी हुआ है वो तो वोट नहीं दे सकता है और हम भी नहीं दे रहा है नहीं सकता है देने के लिए चाहता है मन चाहता है लेकिन दे नहीं सकता है बहुत अस्पुष्ट का बात है तो हम बहुत
आपका
कोशिश किया है
क्या डॉक्यूमेंट्स है
हम एसपी ऑफिस तक गया है हमारा पास दादाजी का कागज़ है पिताजी का कागज़ है बहुत रिक्वेस्ट किया है कि इसलिए डी पड़ा है हम एसपी ऑफिस से बात किया है डी पड़ा है किस लिए वो तो हम लोग को मालूम नहीं है लेकिन नोटिस के लिए बहुत जगह में दूरा है डीसी ऑफिस में गया एसपी ऑफिस में गया
अभी तक नोटिस नहीं
अभी तक कहीं पर मिला नहीं है वो बोलता है नोटिस नहीं है जब आएगा अपने आप आएगा
Hundreds of cases, there are hundreds of cases where it is seen that a genuine Indian is termed as foreigner. A genuine Indian is termed a foreigner. A person who was Deputy Speaker of Assam Assembly after independence, his granddaughter now is a foreigner. How? I am an Indian citizen and my son or my grandson will be a foreigner. How?
But as per the provision of CPC, 30 years document, if it is produced, that is enough that it is genuine. But in Assam, none of the documents are believed. For filthy grounds, suppose a person name is Muslim Ali. Somewhere his name is written as Muslim Sheikh. Somewhere it is written as Muslimuddin. Somewhere with only Muslim. These Assamese officers, if 90% of them cannot write the names of Muslims correctly, they write wrong names. They have their voter list in their presence. In the year 1950, if a person's age has been recorded as 50 years, in the year 1960, he says should have been recorded as 60 years. But they intentionally write 55 years. So, 5 years have been deducted, or they will intentionally write 65 years. Instead of writing 60, they write either 55 years or 65 intentionally. And majority of the persons in Assam belonging to Muslims are illiterate. They cannot ask them anything. If they ask anything, they are threatened. So in that manner, the tribunal would say, in the voter list of 1950, your age is recorded as 50 years. In the 60, it should have been 60 years. Why it is 55 or 65 years? So you are a Bangladeshi. Now, a document has been corrected by an officer. He is saying, yes, I have corrected this. But the tribunal say, you have corrected, you did not put your initials, so it is false. The issuing authority himself is saying, it is I have issued, but I have not given my initials in the document. So that is not believed.
Actually, जो NRC का पर्पस है वो है डिटेक्ट द फॉरेनर. अभी जो फॉरेनर आसाम में कौन हो सकता है इस एंगल में है बांग्लादेश से जो होगा उसमें क्या है जो 71 कंट्री मार्च में जो बांग्लादेश जो क्रिएट हुआ था, डिस्टर्बेंस हुआ था, जनरली कुछ बेंगोली हिंदूज लोग आसाम में माइग्रेट किया हुआ। तो अभी जो हम लोग आसाम में जो जनरल परसेप्शन है, जो बेंगोली हिंदूज और बेंगोली मुस्लिम जो है, इसका एक साइजेबल पोर्शन जो है वो इलीगल इमिग्रेंट है, वो आफ्टर द क्रिएशन ऑफ बांग्लादेश आसाम में आ चुका है। ये परसेप्शन। हालांकि और इसी परसेप्शन को मतलब स्टैब्लिश करने के लिए ये एनआरसी जो है, नेशनल रजिस्टर ऑफ सिटीजनशिप प्रिपरेशन का काम आसाम में चल रहा है। और इसी बीच में गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने एक ऑलरेडी नोटिफिकेशन लाया जो हिंदूज लोग बांग्लादेश से आया है उसको सिटीजनशिप दिया जाए। तब इसी परसेप्शन जब आ गया तब मतलब सिंगल पॉइंट टारगेट हो गया, जो बेंगोली स्पीकिंग मुस्लिम है उसको फॉरेनर ट्रीट करके बांग्लादेशी ट्रीटमेंट या तो डाउट किया जाता है बांग्लादेशी। हालांकि जो स्टेटिस्टिकल फैक्ट्स हैं ये तो कभी भी इम्प्लाई नहीं करता है जो लार्ज स्केल माइग्रेशन बांग्लादेश से हो चुका है। अगर बांग्लादेश से लार्ज स्केल माइग्रेशन हो चुका है तो हमारा बीएसएफ भाई लोग क्या करते हैं, हमारा आर्मी जवान लोग क्या करते हैं। आप लोग का अगर जेन्युइन रिपोर्ट चाहिए जो बांग्लादेश से कितना माइग्रेशन, इलीगल माइग्रेशन हो रहा है, तो वो बोल पाएगा बीएसएफ, बॉर्डर सिक्योरिटी फोर्स होता है, वो बोल पाएगा जो बॉर्डर का गार्डिंग में जो पुलिस, पैरामिलिट्री या तो मिलिट्री है वो लोग भी बोलता है। हालांकि वो लोग का रिपोर्ट का मुताबिक ऐसा कोई बात नहीं है आसाम में जो बहुत सारे लोग इलीगली इन्फिल्ट्रेट कर रहा है, तो कोई रिपोर्ट में वो लोग का रिपोर्ट में ऐसा है ही नहीं।
यहाँ कोर्ट में नेचुरल जस्टिस फुल्ली वायलेट हो रहा है, कोई जस्टिस किसी को नहीं दे रहा है। फॉरेनर्स में मन मर्जी अपने आप को फॉरेनर्स बना रहा है। आज हमारा टोटल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का आर्टिकल 14 वायलेंट गवर्नमेंट कोई स्टेप नहीं ले रहा है। और ये लोगों का ये पॉलिटिकल तो ये है जितना नाम ड्रॉप करना चाहिए हम लोगों का माइनॉरिटी का नाम ड्रॉप करो, ये सब सिस्टम है। यहाँ माइनॉरिटी हिंदू है, बेंगोली स्पीकिंग हिंदू एंड बेंगोली स्पीकिंग मुस्लिम पीपल आर द विक्टिम बेसिकली है ना। माने ये सब लाइन में लोग काम। और 4 नंबर का भी तो नया मेंबर भी आया है, 1 नंबर का एक तो आया है, वो भी वही बात है।
Men and women, irrespective of age, are declared foreigners. Once a person is accused of being a doubtful voter, these people will have to go for legal struggles against the government. The fees for the legal assistance will loot them. By the end of the game, there will be nothing left.
मेरा नाम है मोहम्मद हिदायतुल्लाह, मेरा पिताजी का नाम है नूर मोहम्मद और मेरा ग्रैंडफादर का नाम है मस्कत खान। मेरा ग्रैंडफादर का जो यहाँ का माटी का डॉक्यूमेंट्स है या 45 में उनका नाम 54, 55, 66 और मेरा पिताजी का 45 में 71 में उनका नाम भी है। हम लोग सब इंडियन सिटीज़न है। मेरा माताजी है, मेरा पिताजी है, मेरा दादाजी है, सब हम इंडियन सिटीज़न है। लेकिन मेरा बहन आज से लगभग 10 साल पहले हम लोग और दूसरा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में शादी दिया था। वहाँ कोर्ट से जो कागज़ आया था वो उसका मतलब नहीं समझते थे और इसके लिए वो लोग कोर्ट में गए नहीं थे, जिसके कारण वो सोनितपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में उसको फॉरेनर डिक्लेयर किया।
It has been a tragic that this particular sect of people are too very uneducated. They don't have any opportunities. They didn't know. They are not aware of taking up their papers for showing their citizenship. It is their nation. They never felt of like taking up their opportunity, taking up their citizenship proofs. So they were hard workers. Today they are being questioned for these things. And they are being claimed as Bangladeshi only because of their language and because of their lifestyle. It's not that. and knowingly the situation, the government knows about it, the critics knows about it, that what is going on, still they are enjoying the situation.
Kokrajhar detention camp. Her name is Rashmi Nara Begum. Okay, and it's a very pathetic case that she had to deliver her child in the camp. Okay, so what will be the identity of the child who was born?
जो सिटीजनशिप की बात है, जो आदमी एक सिटीजन नहीं है एक मुल्क का, तो फिर उसके बाद जो स्टेटलेस पर्सन्स और जो फॉरेनर्स के जो हालात हैं, उनके ऊपर जितनी ज़्यादती और जितनी जो नाइंसाफ़ी और कुल्लम कुल्ला जो जुल्म और सितम करने का जो अधिकार देते हैं आप.
Now there is a blueprint that in NRC nearly 50 lakhs Muslims name, and I think there would be a few lakh of Bengali Hindus also. Their names should be deleted from the voter list and their case would be referred to the tribunal. And the nation in what manner the tribunals are functioning. If 50 lakhs people's names are sent to tribunal, I think only maybe 1 lakh rest of the person will be declared foreigners by the tribunals if the present situation goes on without being a codified law in this regard.
So once a person is declared as foreigner, he is disenfranchised, his land rights will be taken away. So he is basically a stateless person, and if the higher court do not give him bail, he will be arrested and put in detention. And there is no parole. Around 1,700 people are there in detention camp right now. So they don't have parole. The jail manual is not applied on them. They don't get the minimum wage things. So,
The final voters list revised by NRC will be published on 30th July 2018. That could be the end of citizenship for millions in Assam and the beginning of something unpredictable. The violence could be terrifying because nobody was punished for Nelly massacre. Nobody raised the question of justice. The nation dropped all the cases, agreed to label the living and dead not Indians, shook hands with the murderers, and peace was declared. Humans are less valuable for a nation. It only stands for its citizens.